Hello again, Stroke, welcome back to another day of streaming, and today it would be Torchlight Frontiers. I'm just wondering why it's not showing me the Torchlight Frontiers window here. Just a moment, let's see, maybe... There we go, we've got signal now. So, yeah, today I will do a bit of Torchlight Frontiers, and maybe later tonight I can do some Temtem. Because Temtem's final third alpha test will be tonight. I can probably do Wolsen as well, but I'd rather do Torchlight Frontiers for a few hours and then Temtem. But if I end up doing 3 streams, Torchlight Frontiers, then Wolsen, then Temtem, that's also a possibility for now. Still undecided whether I will be doing something in between Torchlight and Temtem, but one thing's for sure, Torchlight Frontiers now and Temtem in the evening for a bit. So let's just do a bit of farming on every character. So first on the whatever selected, let's see which one selected first. It's probably selected as a mage or a realm master. So let's see whether it's gonna be Pierce time, hammer time, or shooty time. Or it's gonna be Pierce time. For now, at first. Maybe I can get another item I'm missing from my collection before the game wipes. We'll see. If anyone needs some help in the game, wants to team up, or just needs information, feel free to let me know, ask me. We can team up or whatever you need to do. So I'm gonna start up with doing some of the leftover yellow maps. And let me quickly check my defenses. They seem to be suited for Goblin. So I'm gonna do those 3 Goblin maps before doing anything else. Oh, and I opened the portal in a tricky place. I've not been playing Torchlight Frontiers much lately, mostly because I know the game's getting wiped and I have a lot of other stuff to cover at the moment. And I have a lot of stuff to experiment with in other games, but I can't wait for update 10 to come so I can spend some more time on Torchlight Frontiers stream and content for all of you to enjoy, and me including. Because one thing's for sure, if I enjoy, there's about to be anyone else that would enjoy it. And there's a lot of things to enjoy in Torchlight Frontiers. The aesthetics, the music, the gameplay, the animations, so much stuff. I mean, that's just to name a few. And I can't wait to get surprised by updates, update 10. And I'm quite positive that there would be surprises that no one has expected. Good surprises, hopefully. But yeah, next week maybe they would provide us with some info about the update. Maybe a update preview stream. It's kind of hard to predict because they're very busy. They skipped Friday Fun Day stream for the past almost a month, which was a couple weeks around the holidays, and then everyone seems to be busy with polishing and making sure that update 10 is as good as it needs to be. So that's why they've been skipping on the Fun Day streams as well. But we'll see, maybe next week the preview won't be on Friday, maybe it would be on another day like they normally do. Or we'll see, or maybe it would be on a Friday. If it's next week, but I'm assuming next week is about time for us to get some sort of info, maybe a news article in the forums, even if it's not a stream, but I'm excited really to see what's happening. Yes, it's huge changes. There's so many games getting big changes. This game, Wilson, Chaosbane, 3 of my 4 games I try to cover are getting humongous changes. 2 of them launches, one of them new character with new zones. So, well, this one is not getting a launch, but a wipe with with a with what's it called? With a new frontier. So it's I wanted to say 2 of them are getting wipes, not launches. But yeah, one of them is getting launch and a wipe. The other one is getting wipe and a new zone, and bunch of other so many good stuff. Yeah, the third game is getting a new character, so lots of stuff to look forward to in the first couple of months of this year. Let's see. What did we find? I still find recipes that I never knew. That's weird. I think some of those recipes I already knew, but then somehow they disappeared from my enchanter, or I'm not sure. Bunch of that. Alright, seeing the legendaries. It's raining gold. Holy Max has blessed this game. Let's see. Let's sell this. I'm gonna be selling the blue junk. This one, I think yeah, I'm pretty sure I've already got one of them. Pretty sure I've already got one of them, but I'm gonna check it later. Let's do 1 or 2 more maps before going to my fort to salvage items. Where did my maps go? So I'm gonna do those 2 maps. Hopefully I get one of those bigger layouts. Like the triple stage ones would be perfect. Oh, anything that's not a cemetery would be nice. I mean, it's not like I need XP. But the longer the map, the more the chances of getting eventually something good dropping. Boy, do I miss Pillaged Village. The map with so many enemies on it. I'm wondering if it's gonna come back in update 10. If it does come back reworked, it's gonna be like Christmas all over. Or early Easter, maybe we can say. We'll see. But the thing I'm most excited from all the things coming with update 10 would be the new frontier. And if the rumors about mages being weak on the new frontier are true, it's gonna be a bit of a bad news, but it's also gonna be good news, cause that way other characters would get some more playtime. Currently mages and realm masters are the most played out of the 3, and the forge is kind of on not as popular as those other 2 classes. But it's still such a fun character regardless, so I do hope more people start playing it. I will definitely have some very long play days when update 10 releases. And I've been seeing some strange things that I've not seen before in this game. I'm not sure whether there was a small hotfix that Ninja made its way through, but I've been seeing some sort of like this buff. Oh, this was my healing buff. Alright, so yeah, I've not had healing friendship for a long time. Healing Friendship I got like a month ago, maybe less than a month ago. So that's what this is, the red circle that shows up on the ground around my pet. But what about the blue one? I've never noticed that it's same like the red one but bluish. I'm gonna have to pay attention for when it appears. Maybe it's another pet related thing that just got a separate animation. Speaking of pets, I can't wait to check the new pet skills they would add. I'm assuming there would be at least a few new pet skills, because there's gonna be new pet skins for sure. They've already teased those. And my guess is there will be things, changes or additions more like to the pet skills. Currently we do have a limited assortment of those, but it's not something that should be a priority. Even if we don't get new of those in update 10, there's always update 11, 12 and so on. I'm happy that they're prioritizing the stuff that matters. It's been like that since I started playing in April, and yeah, so far there have been very few cases where I wasn't happy with some of the decisions that they made about this game. Like probably just one case that I can think of at the top of my head. And most other cases, like 99% of the other cases, have been very good things according to my taste. And my taste is a bit of like a weird taste, not like what the occasional the occasional what's it called, like not like what the average gamer would like. I have some weird tastes about my playstyle and what I like in games. So this game catering towards the things I like is a good thing. Like it's pretty hard for me to find a game that that manages to do like 99% of the things the way I enjoy them done. Be it itemization, punishment for dying, aesthetics, animations of the skills, music, combat in general, variety of classes and skills. I mean, currently the variety of classes and skills is growing. We only have 3 classes, but with the 4th one in the works. And the skills we do know will be at least 16 per class when everything's finished. And I'm enjoying how they rework the relic weapons, which would be renamed to relics. And I'm enjoying how they already confirmed that with update 10 the relic phase would not replace our weapon. So things like my what's it called, the cannon build that I was playing on my forged, and I actually still have it on my forged, that doesn't use a main hand and the focus, but uses main hand and shield. And the thing is, with my cannon build, I'm not relying on the main hand damage, so I'm using the shield just for extra survivability. I don't care about my weapon damage, I care about my cannon damage on my forged. So I'm happy with the change to the relic weapons, to the relics, because now on this build, on the cannon build, on the forged that I normally have been playing the past month or so, uh, when I change to my relic phase, I wouldn't lose my shield, and I wouldn't lose the block chance and survivability that comes from it. So that's gonna be something to look forward to when re-leveling my forged. Using a shield with a cannon build for extra survivability, and retaining that shield while in the special relic phase. I'm not sure what to call this phase, the relic active phase maybe. Good decision on their part to make it that way. Should we play with another skill for a bit? I always try to switch things up, but this is kind of my favorite setup for the mage at the moment. Until maybe Shadow Step gets added, then I'm gonna be having some interesting tests. We did get a new Hydret. Let's give my pet some stuff. Let's see the new Hydret. This would have been nice if it was Hydro, like ice damage. water damage. This is actually pretty solid. Look at this. 2 times mana regen and 1 time crit chance together with some flat damage. This is better than what I'm using because it doesn't give damage versus Netherine, but it gives general damage against any enemy. And this poison damage would have been nice if it was chance to poison, so my chance to poison comes from here. So now I'm not stacking poison with poison, but it's still better. It is still better. 6.4, 1.4. Look at this damage here. But yeah, everything's getting wiped, so I shouldn't pay too much attention to the shiny wood that drops. Unless it's something I haven't gotten for my collection. I'm planning on releasing close to when update 10 arrives. Releasing my collection as a video on YouTube, maybe 2 different videos so I can make them easy to digest with all the weapons and items in the game I've managed to collect, like short 10, 15, 20 seconds showing each of those. So next off, I think there's one more map left. This one, and then I'm gonna probably switch hero. And then another few maps, then again switch the hero, and I'm gonna be doing that for a few hours. It's 4 in the afternoon here, so the Temtem alpha test, not alpha test but stress test is tomorrow, not tomorrow but tonight in like 5 hours or so. So I probably have around that much time to stream this game for now. And I wanted to play a bit more Torchlight before update 10 hits us. Maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 3 weeks. We'll see. Most likely won't be next week, since we haven't heard news about it yet. And if anyone needs help, assistance with anything, questing, endgame map works, anything, hit me up. I'm always here and always glad to help fellow Torchlight Frontiers players. So after this map I'm gonna switch to Realm Master or Forged for 2-3 maps. Let's do it like that. 3 maps in one hero, 3 maps in another, 3 maps in the third, 3 maps in the first, 3 maps in the second, 3 maps in the third. Let's make that the rotation. 3 maps on each hero, then switch. That way it won't get too stale, and people who have not seen the beginning when I've been playing the mage might end up seeing it later when it comes back in rotation. They're all level 100, all 3 of them are level 100 for me, so if you want to see different builds, don't be afraid to ask me. I can use those respect points and change my build. There should be some respect points, maybe there aren't. There should have been though. There should have been, and there was even a message a couple of days ago that there's been a new respect point, and I haven't logged in before the message, so maybe I just need to be in the town. But even if I can't respect, that's fine. I can just switch my skills to some of the ones I've got leveled up. I still have some of the more interesting ones leveled up to show you. Oh wow, I didn't even notice I've been doing the ridiculous difficulty. Okay. So I need to be a bit of extra careful, even though this is a fire resistant map, so it's not a difficult map. It just my damage with fire skills is reduced, but the rest is pretty okay. And I'm not using fire at the moment to DPS them. I'm liking what we've seen as teases regarding reworks of the damage and defense system. It's gonna be interesting when update 10 arrives. The thing I want to get my hands on the most is I wonder if you can guess it, the shock or whitening damage. I'm not sure what it's gonna be called. Relic, the whitening relic. I think it's called shock damage. Is it shock? Shock bolts. I know it's bolts, and I think it's shock. Chance to shock and bolts fired on shock when hitting a shocked enemy or something like that. Keep forgetting the actual term in the game. Alright, I'm gonna check it later. But I think it's bolts fired on shock and chance to shock. The voltaic weapons and offhands, etc. So I want that relic. This would be probably the first relic I'm gonna save materials for and farm materials in the new frontier when it's released. I mean, I do love myself a Bane for those spiders, but out of the two new relics, I'd rather prioritize the whitening one over the ice one. And it's not just because of my whole struck team being shock and whitening and electricity related, but just because I'm a huge fan of shock damage and whitening bolts. Like whitening and poison is some of my best combos in this game. The way we can combine them for extra projectiles and just food them up with projectiles flying from all directions. Currently I'm not doing something like that, but if I were to switch to my forged, I can try and go back to the shock and poison build. You can still see the poison though, you can still see the poison projectiles that are shooting off when hitting a poisoned enemy. Thing is, I'm not one-shotting them. If we get a double health map, it's gonna be proccing more often. Because it doesn't proc if I one-shot the enemy, it procs if I hit the enemy to poison it and then hit it again to proc the bolt, the poison projectile. There is some delay. I'm gonna check my delay in a moment. Just a second, let's kill those. Okay, there's one more. Let's get this little boy Jimmy. And I wanna check something. My ping is 71 ms with Europe West. Okay. 71 ms. Not what I normally have, but it's fine. When I started playing, there was only American servers and my ping was always around 150, 160. So 70 for me is something that's lower than what I'm normally used to when playing this game. But I've been seeing some delay, so just wanted to make sure it's not something ridiculously high over there. I wasn't even expecting, that's another of the things I was not expecting to come with an alpha. Normally alphas don't really cater towards things like servers, and this is a big kudos to Extra for adding different regional servers for the players to be able to join from different parts of the world and play the game. Normally those things are reserved for betas and expanding on this. And back when I started streaming, I remember in the first few months there were a substantial number of players who couldn't play because they were from Asia and their internet connection and connection to the server was pretty bad at the time. Some from the closer to Asia parts of Europe as well. But I'm pretty sure those people now shouldn't have problems with when they added the additional servers like a few months ago. Yeah, if anyone is interested in some more Chaos Bane, I'm probably not gonna do it today. But that is a big but, and whoever likes big butts, that's good for you. Welcome to the club. So yeah, the big but is that if I have some time in between my Torchlight Frontiers stream and the Temtem stress test, I might squeeze in 1 or 2 hours of Wosen. But I'd rather just keep it Torchlight Frontiers and Temtem today. And then maybe some Wosen and maybe Chaos Bane tomorrow, we'll see. I really wanted to enjoy Borderlands 3 and those increased drop rates, but when I tested it, drop rates didn't seem really increased, but maybe after the hotfix they added, I need to return and recheck it tomorrow, we'll see. I didn't notice a big difference in the scaling of the difficulty in Maliwan Takedown though. I tried doing it with a trash build on Zane. Well, not trash build, but a mediocre build on Zane. Without min-max gear, and he couldn't even go past the first few mobs. So there's that when it comes to the Maliwan Takedown. Story-wise, Borderlands 3 has been one of my favorite games of the last year. Endgame-wise, or more like drop rate-wise and difficulty-wise, it's been one of my most hated games. So it's weird how Borderlands 3 can be at the same time one of my most loved games of the previous year and one of my most hated games of the year. But they can do everything perfect. At least the story was amazing. Unfortunately, I'm one of those boring people that don't really care about the story. And even if a game doesn't have a story and only has endgame, I would be playing it if the endgame is fun. If the endgame allows me to easily test different builds. This is what I like. I've been saying it over and over again in my streams. My joy of playing a game comes from the variety of builds I can do and how easy it is for me to switch from one build to another and to experiment with new items and new skills and abilities and new characters. This is probably why Wozen at the moment seems like the perfect game together with Torchlight Frontiers. Those two games have their own way of handling those things, and they both handle them in a way I really enjoy. With Wosen, respecking is super easy. You don't need to create a new character, you can max out one character and you can just keep respecking fully your stats and passives. In Torchlight Frontiers, the way the game is balanced at the moment, it doesn't matter what skill you choose. You're still gonna be able to complete the tough content eventually if you have okay-ish gear. Even with mediocre gear, you can just lower the difficulty, and the penalty for lowering the difficulty would not be that much punishing. When you die in Torchlight Frontiers, you don't lose much, you only lose 10% of your money with a minimum of 300. So if you have more than 3000, you're gonna be losing more than 300. But if you have 3000 or less, you're gonna be losing 300. So this is a pretty reasonable penalty at the moment. Can't wait for the gambler to start spending some money on that. But yeah, Wilson and Torchlight Frontiers at the moment are nailing the the element of being able to experiment with builds and just being able to select your playstyle. In Torchlight Frontiers, you don't select the build because it's meta and because it can do the hardest content. You select it because it is the skill you want to be using. It is the skill you like. It is the skill you want to make a build around. So I want to use a White Spear, then I make a build around it. I want to use Entropy, I make a build around it. I want to combine Damnation with something, then I look at that skill and just see what it works with and I use it. That's kind of how Torchlight works at the moment. I can at any time switch to Holy Bolt or Holy Fury. Let's switch to Holy Fury just to show you. Just switching the skill, it instantly would allow me to do some content. But as I said, I'm gonna switch to a different character. But I'm coming to the mage in 6 maps. I'm gonna do 3 maps with well, this one because it's right underneath me. 3 maps on this one, 3 maps on this one, and then another 3 maps on the mage. I'm just gonna be taking turns like that. Quick, nice and easy. 3 maps with each hero. Just checking the inventory here. I'm gonna go to the fort quickly. I wonder if I've got some maps in the warehouse. I think last time I played I took all of the maps. This must have been somewhere last week. But yeah, if you haven't signed up for this game and you like ARPGs, this game would be free to play when it comes out. There is no buy your way into early access, which is again big kudos for Extra for doing it this way. Because early access releases are a good way to kill a game, and this game is avoiding this. They're taking their time to develop it, so you can just sign up at torchlightfrontiers.com, and this is the website.
https://www.torchlightfrontiers.com. Sign up for the TLF Alpha.
You can sign up for the alpha, it's completely free, everyone can join. Oh, and I need to equip my proper pet here. And the new decors we're getting for the fort would be very nice and fun. Okay, so as I was saying earlier about cannon builds with shields, pretty good stuff. Because you really don't need the bonus from the weapon and the offhand, but the bonus from the shield is active even if you're using a cannon as a main damage source. So here we are with one such build, so you can just see what I mean. I will be doing this one, the goblin maps, because I just got gear for the goblin map on and I'd rather just do it. But with my realm master I can do some hive it. And again, if you need help with the game, if you need help farming or just leveling up or just killing bosses, anything, hit me up. The servers are getting wiped soon, so I'd rather help people experience more of the game before the wipe, so when the servers get wiped they will have some more experience, some more knowledge about it. Also, feel free to ask me. I've been playing this for 9 months. I may not be like a walking encyclopedia like some of the people in the official Discord could be, but I do know some things that maybe I can answer for you. So yeah, it's been a while, since April. Probably already 10 months, by the way. Yeah, it's not 9, it's 10. And it's been a blast playing this game. Just remembering what it was when I started and what we already have now and what is coming with update 10 gives me that it's like looking at some at the game that grew in front of your eyes, similar to a child growing in front of your eyes. This is kind of how I feel about this game. And the same way I feel about Wolsen, because I've been playing Wolsen since its inception, since it was Umbra. So yeah, two games I've been playing since very early on in their stages. One of them getting released soon, this one probably getting released by the end of this year. And already shaping up pretty well. With update 10, Torchlight Frontiers would officially be an alpha that is better than most betas and launched games I've played over the past few years. And I've played quite a few. Oh, I forgot to change my pet. Well, we're gonna be using Midnight. But let's give Midnight my regular skill set. Alright, boss, you want this, you want this, and you want this. Oh, and in Wosen the Dying, the tinting system would be amazing. Can't wait for... Oh, can't wait to get one-shot meetings. But yeah, can't wait for Wosen to add the tinting system when it launches on the 13th of February. And I would like to see something similar in Torchlight Frontiers when they add the transmogrification system. There will be a transmog system eventually, where we would be able to apply skins of one item of the same archetype to another item of that archetype. So let's say remodel one sword to what another sword looks like. This is what they've teased about, but that's not coming with update 10 as far as I know. But if they expand this system to able to tint and dye the items, that might make it even greater. Although I think certain items shouldn't be tinted, even if such a system exists. I think such items like the unique armor sets, which are not really sets, just visually looking sets, shouldn't be tinted, because it's nice to have them walk to certain color palettes, like this one. Look at this fur, the yellowish brownish fur, then this cyan kind of tinting together with the goat and horns. Pretty nice. This is like a wood fiend helmet. Damn, I should have used this as inspiration. Speaking of inspiration, I wanted to show you guys something. I made this yesterday. It's not ready yet. It's my second version of what I'm planning to be a new emote. Where is it? Goat, honeyview goat. Okay. It's still not ready. I need to finish the coloring later today, but I'm gonna show you on stream a preview of something I'm working on. Is this honeyview? It's not, but it could be. There we go. So this is it. It's supposed to be an emote for Twitch, but I still have to finish the eye, the tongue, like almost everything needs to get some more shading, lighter, darker colors, etc. And I need to rework here the mouth because I don't like those teeth here, so I might just shorten it a bit. But yeah, this will be small. So when I upload it to Twitch, it would look something like this or this maybe. So yeah, definitely need to change it up. But yeah, I'm bad at drawing. I'm not an artist. I'm far from being an artist, but I'm trying. I'm looking at other pictures and trying to do similar things to the other pictures. Oh, sorry, wrong picture there. Okay, enough off topic. Enough self-promotion. But yeah, just seeing this helmet made me think about this image, about the Wood Fiend, which is kind of like what I'm imagining my mascot of my channel. TLF means Torchlight Frontiers in my name, but I decided since I'm streaming and playing other games to still have it mean Torchlight Frontiers, because it's the game that made me come back to streaming. It's always gonna be close to my heart, this game. And I'm never gonna remove it from my name there in my stream channels and everything, but I also wanted to make a second meaning for it that represents me, the item horror of a fiend I am, the Wood Fiend. And since fiends are normally shown like goat-like creatures, I wanted to make some sort of a goat-like fiend for my channel as a mascot. And my first version of this seems a bit crappier than this one. The first version was more roundish, like an emote in Facebook chat and stuff, rather than an actual goat. So I decided the second version to look more like a goat. In this map, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but you can come up here and kill some enemies if you don't kill the boss right away. And sometimes you might find a yellow or green enemy spawning there. Oh, invisible wall, where are you? Okay, let's get those enemies as well. Good thing I killed them, see? Sometimes it's nice killing those extra enemies before killing the boss. If I kill the boss, those enemies die without dropping items and without giving XP. Fair enough. It's a yellow, so can't say anything wrong about it. One extra, what's it called? Essence. One extra essence for it. Do I have anything to collect here in the contracts? Haven't been doing any more contracts lately. Just don't feel the need to. Houdini. Houdini pulled one on me and escaped into the wilderness. If I do sound a bit tired, excuse me for that. I couldn't fall asleep. I drank a bit of cola and I normally don't drink cola, so I couldn't fall asleep this morning. And it's 4:30 in the afternoon, which means I've been asleep for 23 and a half hours. I'm not asleep, but awake. I've been awake for 23 and a half hours. So pardon me if I sound a bit tired. I'm gonna do my best to not sound too tired. Okay, let's break it down. Let's make Wusu proud and break it down. Now, Yeah, I want to send this pet to sell, and I want to change my pet. I normally play with the Birdie Bird Dragon Link. The Birdie Bird Dragon Link. This one should be on my mage. And this one, was he using Tinker? No, this one was using Spew. Or maybe he was using Flaps. Well, let's use Flaps. I think Tinker was on my other character. Spew on my mage, so this should be it. Flaps might be the one I use on this one. So he swaps with Flaps. And I just need that one thing here. There we go. Now one more map, just gotta put it here. Also, no gear work on this one. I already have one like this. Might as well get rid of it. There ain't no trading, so... And things are getting wiped. So one more and then one more after this. And then it's gonna be back to the Rail Master. And after that 3 maps and back to the Mage. And so on. 3 maps on each hero. This is the rotation today. Change hero, do 3 maps. Change hero, do 3 maps. Unless someone needs help, then I can break the grind and go help you with whatever you want assistance with. I could do Torchlight Frontier next, and then on the Realm Master I'm gonna be doing 3 Torchlight Frontier maps as well. Okay, this time around I'm gonna do the bottom side of the map. Oh, nice. Don't you run away, boy. Where'd you go? Why are you running? Why are you running? There we go. I think he got perma-feared maybe? This is why I don't like fear that much on certain builds. They just end up running too far away from you. So I normally try to avoid it, but sometimes an item would be too good to not use it. Like my cannon, I think the cannon is the one that fears. It's just so much damage. And 2 sockets, definitely a nice thing. And speaking of sockets, yesterday Wilson Words of Mayhem released some information about the rework of the item upgrading, or as they're calling it, crafting system. So it's getting pretty close to Path of Exile in regards to how the new upgrade system in Wilson would work. It's not as complicated as Path of Exile, and it's not as RNG as it, but there's still some RNG there. I'm not a big fan of RNG, but I think the way they've decided to make it in Wilson might turn out to be a good way. I'm gonna have to test it when it launches, but I did upload a summary of this video on YouTube today for anyone who might be interested. Also, I can give you a link to the article if you wanna just read it. I'm having those explosions. Mr. Torque would be happy with all the explosions. Boom. So I'm applying the bleeding and the burning somehow. Which is strange, because my cannon does not have... My cannon doesn't have chance to burn. So, did they make it for this effect a chance to burn from my sword attack to be applied on my cannon? Only bleed, blind and fear. No, blimey, that's nice. If it does apply it, this game never ceases to amaze me and to surprise me with some nice things that I've not noticed before. And when did this recharge that quickly? Another good thing. Okay, I'm gonna do the same. Instead of killing Dog Jockey and his goblin hound, Benji as I like to call the hound. It just looks like a Benji, this goblin hound to me. Alright, let's few shot him. Well, my pets took all the aggro. Alright, next off it will be a Torchlight Frontier map for a change of scenery. So, do I want to switch my gear or do I want to have it extra hard on me and not pick up a single piece of Hivit armor? I'm gonna switch at least a couple of things. I think my chest piece can be switched easily. Then my hatch can be switched. My shield, instant switch, and my pet item. And what else can I switch? Like, this one is Hivit, and this one is better for the Hivit, even though I don't need the crit chance. But it's better to have more HP rather than some fire and goblin defense. Although there are goblins in the Hivit, weirdly enough. This one. This seems like a nice one. It gives me poison defense and HP instead of more HP. So okay. I'm gonna be selling all this shite. The junk gear. Oh, and I don't want my quest to be tracked. I guess I can't untrack it. Oh, and we heard something about this guy, the Quive dude. Sergeant Quive, who seems to be grounded here. I heard some things about this guy probably getting removed from the fort, or maybe getting promoted to another duty. We'll see. Now let's squash some bugs. Do some bug stomping. So we're doing this Hivit map and then we are switching to Realm Master. Then 3 Hivit maps there. And then or the mage, maybe 1 Hivit and 2 Goblin. And we'll see after that. Should not have activated my relic this early. Oh wait, let me check the map mod. Little map mod, and I wanna check my defenses just to have some idea. of what I've gotten myself into. 27, 22. 27 and 22. Okay, fair enough. More than fair enough. Can't wait to use the new skills on this guy as well. Well, it's gonna be one new skill, and it's still gonna be a fun one. That furnace, I think, was called, or something like that. The one where we're just channeling something like a beam, but instead of like the mage beam, it's actually a fire coming from us and being channeled. Similar probably gonna be to the mage beam, but with a slightly different mechanic, and it's gonna be a fire damage. Oh no 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 no! Don't die, little forged. We're relying on you, and the fate of the world of Torchlight Frontiers is in your hands. Well, okay, well, thankfully he can pay. He can pay. He can pay to live. That's gonna be the new trend in games. Imagine if they make a game where you pay real money to revive. I mean, there probably are some such games in mobile. But yeah. Don't give this idea to EA. About asking you to pay money to revive. Wow, a lot of pews, not enough booms. Oh, I even have a quest here, weird. Wait, let's go this way first. With a little map, I'm bound to get wrecked. Just doing this, what I just did now, is a sure way to get yourself wrecked. Thankfully, they are not ranger enemies. If they were archers, I would have been wrecked by now. Because they would have all been shooting at me. With increased crit chance and crit damage. Nice. Give me the wood, come on, my wood sense is tingling. I can smell the legendary this map. And I can smell a legendary I've never had before. Oh. Well, my dead sense was not tingling, only the wood one. But yeah, as I said, those can get me wrecked easily. Especially if there's archers around me. Ah, why did I let this happen? Yeah, I'm sleepy, so excuse me for being too sleepy. I'm gonna get coffee later, and it should help keep me up for another 6-7 hours. And that's mostly because I don't drink coffee, so when I do drink it, it's like actual drugs on me. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm getting one shot in this ridiculous difficulty. But it's fun. It's what I like about this game. Even though you're dying, you don't feel like it's the end of the world. You don't feel like you've lost a few hours worth of progress for 1 second of being distracted. This one can be a one shot, so I'm just gonna do something. This. This. No, 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 no. There we go. And a legendary. I did say my wood sense was tingling. It wasn't for nothing. So, yeah. Maybe an upgrade to what I've got, but hardly. You know, I can't see the pet stats, so I don't know exactly by how much it's gonna change. By the looks of it, it won't be that big of an upgrade, because it's actually a downgrade. Might as well sell it. Oh, oh, so that's who's getting me, the damn projectile shooters. And there's quite a few of them. There's the flyers, gliders, I think they're caught in this difficulty. Then there's the spiders. Oh boy, I so much wanna see what the aesthetics in the new Frontier would look like. If there's one thing that sticks out in the game, it's the art style. It's unique. It screams Torchlight from miles away, which is good for me. For me, an art style that screams Torchlight from miles away is how this game should be. And I've been enjoying those two frontiers so much, the way they've designed them. They really do make a world. Like they take things like small details. Look at those particles that are floating. Look at those things that are shooting poison. Then we have those spikes. Then we have little mushrooms and little bits of goo around those tentacles and all of that. Just those little things that some people might not even notice. Wilson also is very good at creating the environment. Like, I've been impressed what they've done. Compared to the first version of the game I played in 2016 or 17, I forgot when it launched on early access. But yeah, Wilson early versions compared to now is huge difference in this game. In a few weeks, when it's update 10 compared to my first experience of the game, it's just huge differences. Waypoints, oh, it's giving me tutorials, that's weird. Okay, so I need tutorials, I guess. Tutor me. Yeah, there were some things I wanted to do. And since I'd rather not sell this but rather dismantle it, then that's what we do. Next. Did we do two of those? Or just one? Maybe I did just one from the hive it.
Your pet has arrived.
I did the Leto hive it frontier. This one is maybe double HP won't be bad. Poison resistant, okay. Well, I ain't using poison. I ain't using poison. Yes, I'm using bleed. So yeah, after this map there's gonna be another one, then I'm gonna quickly go and make myself an espresso. Let's make it a double shot, I guess. Extra strong double shot. And I'm gonna be back with some more mage afterwards, we'll see. But yeah, this map and one more map, and then short 5-minute break for coffee. Should have made it before I started streaming, but I wasn't feeling sleepy when I started streaming. Oh. Those can hurt. One of them is not that big of a threat on a poison resistant map, but two of them or three of them on ridiculous could always be a threat. Even if I go for a full defensive setup. And I'm liking how in this game everyone can be built tanky and everyone can be built completely glass cannon. Or like a more balanced setup between defense and offense. I think building kind of balanced is the best option for this game. Yeah, full damage might be good for most people, because if you do damage you don't die, because you kill them before they kill you. But I'd rather go for a more balanced setup and take a bit of damage here, a bit of utility there, a bit of defense here, a bit of frontier defense there. Now those would be tough to get hit by. Phew. This was close. This was darn close. Wait, am I even hitting? Guess they're asking me why are you running. Well, there we go. There we go. First off is this way. Since this is already started fighting, I might as well finish it. Shoot. Oh, this one was a bullet sponge, literally. But sometimes it happens when the enemies are like invigorated to generate health, or when the map is double HP or things like that. And the thing is, he was also very strong, so I had to keep dodging. Another reason why I like this guy. He has some bit of nice mobility together with his movement speed buff. This one's almost cleared out. I missed this one. Don't die. Phew. Few. A big few. Breaking a sweat here. And I'm loving it. No. Eeny miny mo. I don't know how this goes. Okay. No, don't kill me. I wanna. Let's get back. No. That was kind of a weak pulse on my end. Barely hit anything. Ah, fuck. I knew that was gonna happen. Got myself into a corner. This is what happens when you're not smart. With the one-shotty bosses. No, 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 no. Save me. Pet, save me. There we go. A bit of kiting saved the day. A bit of kiting. Okay, well, let's use the pet as a mule now. Oh, wrong button. Oh, why? I did not want to enter the portal. I wish there was a confirmation button, yes or no. The same way there is in WoW and other games. I had a chest to wood. Well, one chest less. Okay, one more map and then I'm gonna switch to mage. Cool. Rare ore, nice. More like rare stone. This one is poison resistant, okay. That's gonna be okay. Acceptable. It's weird. Oh, sorry, my headset needs to be recharged. Just give me a second. Okay, I've started recharging it. fires, no, no. Bad fires. Stay down. Hmm. Okay, let's get back behind. Just to make sure they don't ambush me. Those spiders can be dangerous if they focus me. Don't you dare puke on me. Feels like we're in high school all over. Was it in Temtem that there was a a Temtem Coast Pukey or Puke something? Would have been fun if they named it Pikachu. But I guess it would have been too obvious, and they might have gotten themselves into trouble if they named it Pikachu. Yeah, I was fighting that Pukey Temtem. No, no. Ranger enemies. This could end up being a nightmare if I'm not careful. Because their invigorated regenerates health and they're ranged. So one mistake, something gets me low HP and then the elite hits me from afar and boom, it's over. Well, okay. Let's do this. A bit of extra damage. Oh, no, no, no. Alright, next, this one. Let's kill it before it lays some more eggs. Kill it with fire. Aha! Aha! No! Stay back, stay back, stay back. Stay back and take some payback. Uh-huh. Too close to me. Too close to me. My eyes shut down for a few seconds there. Is it invigorated? It's not invigorated yet, it's so tanky. This is one tough nut to crack. Holy bones of steel. Quackity quack with those bones. Next I'm gonna go this way. Nice. Well, those died easy this time. Might as well group them up. There's gonna be that many. Okay. Yeah, my eyes again. Sorry for that. What else have we got? So after this one I'm going back to the mage, 3 maps. But before switching to the mage, I will switch to the mage and go to the fort, and then just a quick 5-minute break to make myself some drinks, like just a coffee. But there's some more. This map needs to be finished on this side and then on the other side. So it's still not over. No, I saw this coming. Definitely need my coffee. No! Fuck, stop spawn killing me. Let me move. Fucking let me move. Finally. Damn spawn kills. Okay, that's nice. This is something Wilson needs. The invulnerable form for a few seconds. You can do damage, but you can't be killed. Warhammer Chaosbane has it, but Wilson needs it. I'm gonna see how it is on launch. They probably reworked a bit that state because of all the reports. Yeah, let's clear out the other part. Would have been perfect place to get a speed shrine. Wasn't there one somewhere nearby? Guess not. Shit. It didn't work
Can't
twice.
wait to play this on my 70th birthday.
The
Mini
third
cake.
letter, 70th birthday. Wow. Wow. Are you joking? Or is that for real? If you really are turning 70, then that's gonna be amazing, dude. You're probably gonna be the oldest person to come in my stream and to have a chat with me. And yeah, I can't wait to play update 10. If you're still waiting for keys, hopefully there's some fun
I'm
day
turning
streams
70
soon.
in 2060.
In 2060? Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you did there. No, sorry man, I'm a bit slow now. I need my coffee because I haven't slept for like 24 hours. And I need my coffee and I'm gonna get it after this map. And then I'm gonna be a bit more hyper. I might be even a bit more too hyper than normal after I drink the coffee. I might be like a squirrel on meth. Not that I know what it looks like, but I know what a squirrel on coffee looks like in Over the Edge, the animation. But yeah, it took me a while
I'm sipping
to
some
get the
coffee
joke. I don't normally drink coffee because it works for me very strong. Like
jelly.
the effect is very strong for me on the coffee, but the after effect is even stronger. Like when the coffee stops working, I feel so sleepy that it's like twice as sleepy as before I drank it. That's kind of how it works on me. And I used to have problems with my butt pressure falling very low when the coffee stops working on me, and having like I'm not sure what it's called when your head is spinning after you get off
Happy
of
to
your
see you
chair.
dying. Means there is difficulty.
Oh yeah, there is challenges. There are challenges. Like you can cater the difficulty to what you like. Like I'm doing ridiculous, which is the hardest possible. But it definitely can provide you a challenge. And it's not because of my build being bad, but it's because of me not paying attention and not playing safe. Or maybe my equipment is not fully toxic resistance, like fully poison resistant. This helmet is not poison resistant. This is not poison resistant, so there's things that can be improved to get more defenses. And the whole defense system I think is getting changed again. Maybe. Probably, we'll see. By the way, if you're a fan of Wosen, they released some information regarding the enchanting system. The socketing and the crafting in Wosen is gonna be changing. So yeah, you might want to check this. Oh wow, wait. I'm gonna explain it after this fight, because this one's gonna have to be kited. And my pet is dead, so my movement speed is a bit slower than usual. Also, I'm not playing one of the best builds, but this is pretty nice for a ranged build for this class. Okay, this was done, but yeah, there's been an article. I can link it in a moment. After I'm done with this map, I'm gonna throw a link for everyone who might wanna read about the things that are coming to Wilson. As for this game, there hasn't been much new info lately, so I'm just gonna wait for next week, maybe when we're gonna receive some news. Okay, so the link is this one. Control A, Control C, Control V, enter. So this is a link about Wosen from last night. I saw this early in the morning before going to sleep yesterday. But it's good info. If you're keeping your eye on Wosen, you might wanna read this. If you like the Path of Exile style of crafting and enchanting, but want something similar but a bit more simplified, that's what Wosen is getting. Kind of like a mixture between Path of Exile and Yabu item upgrading systems. Yabu 2 mixed with Path of Exile, kind of. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is quick 3 minutes break or 5 minutes break or something. I just need to quickly make coffee. So I'm not sure how much it would take, but I'm gonna run a 180-second break. In the meantime, I'm gonna put the BRB screen. I just need to make an espresso, and if the machine is not heated, it might require some time. But give me 5 minutes. I think it shouldn't be more than 5 minutes. I'm coming back. And if you're on Twitch, I can do a break, but if you're on another platform, you're gonna have to watch this boring BRB screen. So, coming back. Okay, I'm back. I am back. The machine was thankfully heated, so that's nice. I'm gonna quickly chug this double espresso. Extra strong. So just gonna remove this BRB screen. Where was it? TLF. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna chug it. Let's go. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna go on the mage now. Quickly getting on the mage. Character select, okay. 3 maps on the mage, then 3 maps on the realm master. Actually, wait, I didn't play the realm master. I played the, yeah, that's it's turn for the realm master, then the mage is afterwards. So we did 3 maps on the mage, we did 3 maps on this one, and now it's 3 maps for buffing Billy. Koda1, welcome Koda1. I'm just coming back from a coffee break, so nice to see you, dude. Welcome to my channel. And if you need help, if you want to play together, if you need any assistance with anything, don't be afraid to ask me. Or if you have any questions, if I know the answers, I'm gonna do my best to answer those. Oh, and this Hellblade, I forgot to record footage with it. Okay, I'm gonna need to do it some other time, but yeah, this Hellblade is one of the items. One of the items I've never seen before until I found it last week. So now let's do some more Hivit, which means I'm gonna quickly change my gear to Hivit oriented items. Like, which one is Hivit? This one is Hivit. This one is Hivit, but I'd rather keep the critical damage. And well, how's my Hivit defenses doing now? My Hivit defenses are 15,000, 19,000. Okay, that's fine. What's my difficulty? Let's go to ridiculous. Let's make it difficult. Let's make it the hardest it can be, and let's start dying. So I'm gonna do 2 Hivit maps and 1 goblin. Let's start with the goblin map and then do some Hivit maps. I've got some blue maps in my other characters. By the way, if anyone wants to do blue maps, I've got some. If you wanna do yellow maps, I can do some contracts and get some yellow maps as reward, and I can take you to yellow maps. Oh, I can't wait for the triple busting charge to come. I really wanna be playing with that legendary weapon with the triple busting charge that uses cooldown instead of endurance charges. It's just gonna be my jam. It's gonna be the bomb. Pun intended here. Okay. So they're lethal, that means they have increased crit chance, crit damage. You can see my HP is getting almost one shot when I let them hit me. So there's gonna be some dying. Hopefully not enough crying though. Okay, I'm loving this crowd control, the knockback of this train. Look at this, boom, boom, boom. Oh wow, 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 this missed. So yeah, oh wow, another invisible wall. And I'm an invisible wall magnet. Regardless of what game I play, any game I play, I would reach some invisible walls or glitches and bugs. Like, it's probably my calling to be finding bugs or glitches, but it's an alpha. Alpha without bugs and glitches does not exist. I mean, this game has been better than some of the released and beta games I've played. So for an alpha, this is such a solid title. I'm happy that they're not rushing it. I'm happy that they're taking their time, and that they can afford to take their time with the development. Sometimes the developers are pressured by publishers, but in this game that's not the case. Max and the rest of the extra folks definitely have been taking their time to polish and perfect everything before they bring it to us. And as I've been saying earlier, 99% of the things that have been added over the last 9 months have been to my liking, which is pretty difficult. Like for me, normally there's always gonna be some things that are not to my liking, but this game is one of the few games that barely has things that I don't like about it. I mean, every single game has something that is not to my liking, but I try to play the games that have the least amount of things that are like that. That's why this game and Wosen, and even Chaos Bane, although Chaos Bane is still kind of like, compared to this and to Wosen, I'd much rather play them than Chaos Bane if I could. But I still wanna play Chaos Bane as well, because Chaos Bane has some very fun things that other games can't offer me, and that's it being a Warhammer fantasy game and having some interesting classes. Especially the upcoming Dwarven Engineer, I'm so stoked about it. It's gonna be a gnarly class to play. And in this game, the upcoming fourth class, so far we haven't seen much about it. We've only seen some teases of what it would look like. We've seen some braided hair, so it could be some sort of an Amazon character, it could be some sort of a Viking girl character, it could be some sort of a just regular regular gal with the braided hair. I'm thinking it could be some sort of a pirate maybe. Steampunk pirate sort of character. It would be amazing if it is some buccaneer or swashbuckler or whatever it's called. The sword and pistol, the dagger and pistol build, Outlander style. It's gonna be amazing if it's something similar to that. And I also wanna play dual pistols as soon as they are released in update 10. I wanna be rocking a mage with dual pistols. Dual pistol mage with summons. My jam. And in Wosen I wanna be rocking a turret necro. Turret necro with bunch of minions and twice the turrets. And speaking of Wosen, I probably won't be doing Wosen today because there's later tonight I would be doing a stress test of Temtem. Stress test number 3 of Temtem. It's open for everyone, so if you like Pokemon type games, you might wanna join the test. Stress the servers, get them to break down. So I'm not sure what the link was, but on the official Discord of Temtem, you should be able to get free keys for the stress test, which is I think 3 hours from now. I might have to check after this map for the time. If anyone is interested, let me know and I can check the time from the emails they sent me. The game Temtem is not free, so I'm not gonna buy Temtem when it comes out because I just wanna focus on more ARPG games. It's a fun game to try and lend a hand with the stress testing, but it's not a game I can see myself spending too much time on. I'm more of a fan of ARPGs and other Wooter type of games, like Borderlands being the only exception of being a Wooter shooter instead of a hack and slash Wooter. Maybe Destiny 2, I have a pre-order of Destiny 2, I just don't have storage space to install it for now. I would have been playing it as soon as it launched on Steam, but yeah. Destiny 2 is probably something I can do in the future. Another game I'm gonna be doing in the future is probably Last Epoch. When it comes close to launch, I might invest into buying it. But for now, my priority is on SSDs. SSDs for storage and for faster rendering of content. And loading of games. Wosen is a game that really loads slowly. CryEngine definitely has a slow initial loading. The first loading is slow, but the other loadings are quick. Whereas Torchlight Frontiers has a kind of fast initial loading, but then the loadings in between the towns can be a bit sluggish sometimes, since I'm not using SSD. I'm not sure how it is on an SSD with Torchlight. If anyone has played Torchlight Frontiers on an SSD, I wouldn't mind hearing from you regarding how your loading times are. Oh shit, almost died there. Got me to break a sweat again. So yeah, if you want to be kept on your toes, this game can provide. This game can provide when you bump the difficulty. I normally play on difficult because it's chill. It's pretty chill, you don't have to worry too much. You're still gonna be dying even on difficult if you're not careful. But the chances of you dying on difficult are a bit lower, even if you're sleepy. Now I drank the coffee, so I probably won't be able to stop talking. But that's how it is. For me, that's why I don't drink coffee, and I only drink it when I need it. This class I'm playing right now, this build, the spike driver, has a weird combo. Like, I think the best combo is doing a blasting charge,
The coffee
then
and
doing
cocaine
this.
combo kappa.
Well, I don't think my brain would be able to handle the second part, but the coffee is more than enough for me. For me, it's like that coffee works as strong. Like if I'm at a rave, for example, and I've only had like a coffee and a beer or something like that. People would ask me, Jude, what are you on? What have you taken? Where can we get some? And the thing is, I'm the only one that's sober in the whole party, probably. But I'm the only one that would be like non-stop, like what should I call it? Like a squirrel. It's just that I'm naturally hyper. And the way my brain is set up, I guess. So yeah, when I used to be able to afford to go to raves, I used to go every weekend on Fridays and Saturdays, sometimes even on Sundays, but Sundays used to be mostly metal hardcore instead of electronic raves. And yeah, I used to be the only sober guy that's not taking drugs, and everyone used to keep thinking I was taking drugs, which was the weirdest part. And then they're like, Dude, how do you do it? How can you stay up all night without feeling bored? And I'm like, well, I'm sober. And while I was telling the guys that were taking drugs that that's probably the reason why they can't sometimes make it, because once they take the drugs, then they need to take them again to keep themselves up. And that's how it is. Like, I'm not sure how it works exactly, but I've noticed that junkies, meth heads or whatever they're called, when they take something, after a few hours they need to take it again. Like after 5-6 hours they need to take it again, otherwise they are like zombies. It was weird, me being one of the old guys there and sober, and then the teenagers, the 18, 19 and 20-year-olds being wondering how I can stay up. But yeah, I no longer do that because after I quit my job, I stopped going so I can preserve cash. And yeah, I didn't quit my job to start streaming. I started streaming after I quit my job because I had some spare time and I was wondering what productive I can do. That's why I decided to stream, and then I decided to make content. So this is a bit of like a personal story. I don't normally share personal stories, just with a few of my viewers over Discord. But yeah, people have been asking me certain things before about why I decided to start streaming, how, and so on. And yeah, don't quit your job to start streaming. This is This is something that's probably a good advice. For me it was the other way around. I started streaming after quitting my job. And corporate life is definitely not for everyone. I mean, for me, being the corporate slave in a big company definitely was not the the way to spend my life. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Nice. Sometimes I get legendary items from those things, like I'm not sure what to call them, piles of boxes? Stacked up crates? Let's call them stacked up crates. So from those stacked up crates sometimes I get legendary, so make sure to break everything. If you end up playing this game, break everything, break all the things. That's the name of a quest in the game. And I don't think it's named like this for no reason. There is a reason why they named the quest like it. Yes, the quest does make you break things, but my advice is break all the things. You never know where the legendary is hiding. Woot all those wheelbarrows, woot all those skulls. Some of the best legendaries I've gotten were from destructible objects and from wheelbarrows and stuff like that. Like, the least amount of good items I've gotten from bosses and wood chests at the end of the map. Most of them were from regular everyday Joe enemies and from destructibles. But yeah, I can't wait for the wipe and the update and to start leveling all over again and to see the new leveling experience. Because currently that was the only thing I didn't like about the game. One of the maybe 1.5 things of the game I don't like. One of them is how they did the XP to be very slow after certain levels and to feel very boring and grindy and repetitive. And I think this is one of the major reasons why they're reworking the game, because I think this is just me speculating, but I think this character level would not be tied to maximum frontier levels. So maybe since we're gonna have 3 frontiers, it's either gonna be 3 frontiers of 50, and regardless on which frontier we get levels, eventually we're gonna get 100, or maybe this is gonna be completely separate experience than the frontier experience, and they will not be linked together. We'll see. We'll see, but I think one of the major reasons to call for a wipe is a rework of this progression system. And it made sense, because what happens if they add a 3rd frontier and then they don't want to add 50 levels more of the character leveling up? They needed to change something, and that's probably one of the reasons. I'm sure it's more than just one reason, but this is the closest to the to my mind in regards to what could be happening. Oh whoa. Come on. Okay, let's kill him with a train. Ah, he survived! He survived the train! Thankfully there's bleeding. The bleeding did its job well. Let's release it. I've already got one of those.
Your inventory is full.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna send the pet to sell stuff. By the way, this is one of my favorite blue items in the game. It's one of the best looking blue helmets in the game for Rail Master. So 2 more maps on this guy and then we're changing back to mage. So 1 map on Goblin, 1 map on Hivit. And then mage. But before that, we need to sell stuff.
If you got coin, I got yours. See you next time.
There's some quests here. Should I pick them up? Let's pick them up.
You have gained a quest.
Contract quests. I'm gonna get the Kill Hivit and Kill Goblins quests completed as I do maps. So yeah, let me quickly check when the Temtem test was. I'm gonna quickly go to my email and check the email from what's it called, from Humble Bundle. Temtem final stress test starts in less than 3 hours. 1 hour ago is when they sent me the email. 9 AM to 11 AM PST. 9 AM PST is 7 PM my time. Let me just check PST time now. PST time now is 7:46 AM. So 1 hour and 24 minutes until the Temtem stress test. I'm gonna probably wait 30 minutes after the test started before I start streaming it. So let's say in an hour and a half I'm gonna stop this stream, take a break and then restart it with some Temtem. Temtem, for those of you who may not know what it is, it's a game similar to Pokemon. It's a massively multiplayer online monster collection game. So it's like Pokemon MMO. It's a big world with a lot of zones, 141 Temtem to collect of different elements, starting from wind, water, fire, ice, digital, earth, nature, and whitening, and all those different elements, toxic. So there's a lot of elements, a lot of Temtems, and there's something like a rock, paper, scissors. So you're gonna be doing 0.5 damage or 2.1 damage against certain elements with 1 Temtem, and then you're gonna be taking twice the damage and half the damage against other types and so on. So it's typical, kind of like Pokemon. It looks a bit more cartoonish and childish than what the new Pokemon is supposed to be. So if you've seen trailers of the Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I think was made in Unreal 4 engine if I'm not mistaken, which still seems to be more of an MMO-ish type, with people being able to see each other. Yeah, Temtem looks a bit more cartoonish and childish, but that doesn't mean that the gameplay is childish. Like it can have shit tons of strategy in it in regards how you build your team, how 1 Temtem you're using is covering the weakness of your other 2 Temtems, and vice versa, something like that. Or maybe you might want to stack 2 of the same type, so you can instantly obliterate someone that is weak against you and things like that. It's fun. I mean, I'm not gonna spend money to buy Temtem, but if you like those types of games, you might wanna participate in the stress test, because it's free. The stress test is free for everyone, but it's a stress test, so there will be disconnects. There will be server restarts, because that's what stress tests are for. Breaking the servers, giving them enough information to improve them before launch. And Temtem is not gonna be a fully launched game in 2 days. In 2 days when it launches, it's gonna be early access launch. So it's still gonna be buggy and glitchy, but everyone's gonna be able to play it. as long as they bite. If I had the game, I would be playing it every now and then. What's happening now? Invisible wall. Was that an invisible wall? Let's go back to it. Like, I came this way. Well, not sure what happened, but my character just froze for a moment there. And now I used 2 ghost trains. This was whack. Did you see it? I used 2 ghost trains one after the other. Like now. This normally happens when I'm lagging. Let me check my whack quickly. I'm gonna check my ping. Control and D, Control and V. My ping is only 55. Okay, it's getting better. Earlier it was 75. Still not what my ping is normally. It's normally in the 20s, 30s. But it's fine. As I said earlier, when I started playing the game, there were only American servers, actually only one American server on the West Coast, and I had 150, 160 ping for the first 2-3 months of me playing, maybe 4 months before they added the European and other nodes. So I'm used to, I'm okay with bad ping if I have it. It's not a competitive game, so even if I do whack every now and then, I would be fine for an alpha. And as I said earlier again, I'm kind of surprised even that they made the investment to rent extra servers, to rent extra nodes from different regions on an alpha. Big kudos for that to Extra. Normally they do such things in the beta phase. When Wolsen was in alpha, they didn't even have multiplayer. They added the multiplayer in the beta, which was technically an alpha. The Wolsen beta was actually an alpha that was just in words a beta. And this is why I'm wondering why they decided to wait so long before releasing all this content for the launch. Because the jump from the Wolsen beta to the Wolsen launch is huge. It's 3 times the content, and the build possibilities are 10-15 times based on the number of skills and skill modifiers and passive 3 nodes that we're getting. So the builds we can do in the beta, multiply that by 10, and we're getting the build number, the number of builds we can do in the launched version of Wolsen. Okay, I was a bit careless there and I died. That's normal. On Ridiculous everything can two-shot you if you don't have enough defenses. Oh, and yeah, I forgot to switch my Hived gear with Goblin gear when coming into this frontier. That's even some rhyme for you there. I think I was using this before. Well, anyways, that's already in the past. So now it's mage time again. We had our hammer time, and now it's Holy Spear time. No, actually, it's not gonna be Holy Spear time. Just before I stopped playing the mage earlier today, I did something, and it was unequip Holy Spear and equip Holy Fury. So I'm maybe gonna do 1 or 2 maps with Holy Fury instead of Holy Spear. And then I'm gonna go back to the Holy Spear setup. But I always say this. If you wanna see some other skills in action, some other build in action, ask me. If I can respec my hero, I will. We do get free respects every week. I did not get free respect this week, and I didn't use my free respect over the past 2 weeks, so I'm not sure why the free respect is missing for me. Even then, that's fine. I'm fine with not being able to respect, but yeah, that's a glitch. I did see an update, an announcement on the official Twitter channel, the official Torchlight Discord channel here. So when I go to TLF announcements, last Tuesday at 8:25 p.m. we have just pushed a new skill respect live for all characters. You will need to restart your client to receive it, blah blah blah. Well, I didn't receive it, but that's fine. I didn't need it, but probably other people might have needed it if they didn't receive it. So let's go back to the mage. Yeah, I haven't been using those respects over the past few weeks, but I always keep them in my characters in case someone wants to see me swap out my builds. So this one is kind of balanced at the moment. It is balanced, and I normally play it like this, but at the moment I want to show you a bit of this, a bit of beam and stream, or maybe stream and beam. But before we go, I wanna sacrifice some items to the wood gods. The wood gods want some items so they can give us some good wood. So which god are we gonna sacrifice to? RNGesus or Woodcifer, his brother from another mother? Let's sacrifice this one to Woodcifer and the other one to RNGesus, but first I wanna check my other touch of death. I've got another one here. Well, okay, my other touch of death is somewhere here. I know I've got it. The question is where. Touch of death, touch of death. Where are you? Should be somewhere here. Fuck, I can't find it. Is it here? No. I've started seeing stuff disappearing, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't find it. I know I've got another one somewhere. Oh, there we go. That's the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. It doesn't matter which one I keep, but I'm gonna sacrifice this one, and I'm gonna sacrifice probably... I can sacrifice this one. Oh, why am I wearing a level 6 item? Okay. So we have our sacrifices. Let's go and sacrifice. So this is sacrificed to RNGesus, and this to his brother Woodcifer. There we go. Now our wood senses should start tingling. And let's say we do a goblin map quickly, and then a couple of Hivit maps. I've only got bonus goldwork blue maps, so it's gonna be a bonus goldwork, and then it's gonna be this one afterwards. checking my potions. There we go. Let me get some water. Ah, invisible wall. I'm telling you, I'm the invisible wall magnet. Like, you wouldn't encounter as many invisible walls as I do. So this is if I'm just beaming. But what if we add entropy to the mix? So we can add entropy to the mix. We can also add consecration into the mix for this guy. There's another thing I can show you, and I'm gonna do it. Do you wanna see some extra swallowing? We got you covered. Look at those guys, up to 80% swole. Because one of the skills gives 50 and the other skill gives 50, which is 100, but the limit of maximum swole on the same target is 80%. Ah, why is it not moving? Exploding enemies. I'm liking how this game is doing the exploding enemies. They're not exploding in a huge AoE around them. It's a smallish AoE, relatively small. But that doesn't mean I'm not dumb enough to go into the small AoE. I was just saying that it's a small AoE, and then you see me entering inside the AoE and getting destroyed and wrecked by a bomb. But yeah, unlike some of the other ARPGs that have this exploding after they die enemies map modifier, in this case it's called Immolator here, as you can see. It's relatively small. Or maybe the game is a bit zoomed out and that's why it seems smaller than in games like Wolsen and Chaos Bane. Why? Why? Oh, another invisible wall. Look at that. How am I encountering so many invisible walls? I've never encountered that many. Even though I'm a invisible wall magnet in this game, I've never encountered that many I saw in the last few maps today. It might be invisible wall day today. I might have to check Twitter, cause every day is some sort of a weird day on Twitter. Won't be surprised if they make a Scratch Your Balls Day and start celebrating it. Let's see, I'm gonna go to the dead end first. I'm gonna come back to those enemies later. No. Some more left. No. Here. There we go. Can't wait for Shadow Step. Shadow Step would be amazing. Shadow Step and Luminous Run, that's gonna be my man. Speedy Gonzalez, the teleported youth. It's nice to have mobile mages. It's also nice to have mobile rogues. One of the things about the beta in WoSen I couldn't understand why the rogues are the ones that don't have good mobility. Like the mages have Shadow Step, not Shadow Step but Aether Jump. And then in WoSen the warriors or tanks have things like Warpath. Oh wow. No, I hate archers when I'm being a squishy setup. Oh, look at that goat lined up perfectly. Oh no. Phew. Almost died there. Those mimics can be dangerous. They can be very nasty with the stun walks. Well, this is a good one, but I don't need it right now. I miss the old days when HP used to be percent instead
When
of
is
what
TLF
number.
supposed to release?
TLF is supposed to release roughly this year. I can't tell you an exact date because the developers still don't know exactly when. At first they thought the game would be ready by the end of this year, but as this year got closer and closer to its end, it was more than obvious that the game is far from being ready, and they'd rather get the game ready before releasing it. So I'm assuming official release probably winter this year. Maybe open beta autumn, like September, October, for an open beta. Maybe closed beta in the summer. We'll see. For now, just time will tell. I mean, currently this game, even in its current state, feels much better than some betas and released games I've played. And there's a huge, and by huge I mean
Itching for an R page.
amazingly
Smiley
big
face, was pumped
update
for
coming.
Wilson, and now that's delayed.
Yeah, WoSen is delayed, but only for a couple of weeks. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, WoSen just released some information the other day. Just a second, I'm gonna give you a link. First, let me ask you, did you see the update? The WoSen update about the crafting system? If not, I'm gonna give you a link to a Steam article, so you can read all that info. I wouldn't mind having a discussion. I wouldn't mind having a discussion. I'm gonna post it again on all of my chats. If someone wants to, feel free to discuss it with me, what your thoughts on this are. This system to me seems like a mixture between Diablo 2 socketing and Path of Exile crafting and upgrades. So it's more of a simplified version of Path of Exile upgrading of items, and this is great. Because in Path of Exile upgrading is a lot of RNG. This one, the way they've described it, is again a lot of RNG, but by removing some sockets or rerolling the socket numbers, you would be able to kind of control it in a way. Not too much, but there's still gonna be some sort of control going on. With the gems you're socketing and with rerolling the sockets. and knowing that certain items would only have certain socket types. But first of all, each gem would have one offensive, second offensive, third offensive, then one defensive, second defensive, third defensive. So basically at the moment we have one defensive, one offensive, one support. But when the game releases, we're gonna have triple the types of stats we can get from each gem, and each item would be able to get 3 times more the socket type. So sockets would have different types in regards to defensive one, offensive one, support one, then the second version, then the third version. And depending on what version the socket is, you're gonna get a different bonus when you place the gem inside it. So that's 3 times the opportunities for synergizing different builds without
Hello,
increasing
Scrub.
the number of gems.
Smiley face.
Hello Tratux or Tratu. Nice to see you again, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see a friendly face. Well, I assume everyone is a friendly face, but good to see a familiar face. How have you been? I hope you're excited about update 10. I can't wait to hear more about it, and hopefully next week we might be able to learn some stuff about update 10, maybe even see some previews. And back to the topic on the walls and crafting that I posted a link of. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this. This is 3 times the opportunities for socketing items without increasing the number of gems. Also, the gems would be stackable, and we're also gonna have regions similar to Path of Exile orbs that are gonna be used for different things, like re-rolling the stats, removing stats, adding stats on items, and so on. Definitely an interesting system, definitely some RNG involved, and at least we have some sort of control over it. And since you're gonna have more tiers of gems, more tiers of modifiers and everything, it's gonna be interesting.
I don't have a key, but I'm exited. I hope
Oh, you're
we'll get a
excited.
release date this month.
Well, Friday Fun Day streams and other official Torchlight Frontiers streams are your way to try and get a key. It's been raining keys, I've been hearing around the Christmas holidays, and yeah, I watched the replays of some of those streams in December, and they definitely have been giving away a lot of keys. A lot of my viewers whom I redirected to the official Twitch channel have been winning keys. If I had some, I would have been giving them away like hot bread, but yeah, I don't. And that's the thing, my channel is kind of an 18+ channel, I swear. I say bad stuff on it. I do not expect the company to affiliate itself with me. But you might want to check some of the American streamers when they stream. Sometimes they get keys from the developers, from Mechtra to give away. So everyone who is watching and wants to have chance to win keys when there aren't official streams, make sure to check some of the American streamers. The company does give keys to American streamers pretty often. Or Canadian, I'm not sure where they're from, but so far the 3 or 4 people I've heard of getting keys from the developers have all been from either the North America or Canada. But this game is gonna be so much better after update 10. Just the things you can see on the travel board, and
Do you know
if
what the
someone's
monuments
wondering
do?
what it is. The monuments, some of them would be for, as you see, it's like the tree of the work,
Everybody
the work
gets
tree.
a key except me.
It is like the work tree. So if you watch the stream from the final stream from December last year, you're gonna hear a little bit of news about those monuments. They didn't reveal too much, but I might have to check exactly what they said. They did confirm one of them is for the work chance, and yeah, that's the work tree. But one of them was for I'd rather not say what, cause I might tell the wrong word and end up misleading you. So if you want to know more about them, if you watch that stream from the 21st of January, or maybe it was the 19th of 21st of December, or the 19th of December. I'm not sure the exact date. Just give me a moment, I can check. So play Torchlight, twitch.tv/play Torchlight. If you go to twitch.tv/play Torchlight/videos, and then final 2019 Fun Day stream, somewhere around there on this stream they say a bit about those things. I might even try and get the exact minute when they say it. Okay, I can't get the minute right now because my browser is muted, my Firefox, and I don't want to start my Chrome because that's 100 and something tabs opened. So I'd rather not start it while streaming. But it's after Max came. So after Max joined the stream, that means it's somewhere after minute number 22. So after 2150. After 2150, somewhere between that and the end. I can give you the exact link. So this is the exact link for the video. So this video after the 20 something minute, all the way until the end, you might want to watch this part, but actually I advise everyone to watch the whole video. There's a bunch of useful information that you may not be able to see or hear elsewhere. And you have some of the minds behind the game talking about things. You have people in charge of a lot of the systems in the game talking about them. Then you have the CEO, the man, the legend, Max Schaefer, following up and talking about certain things, and maybe spilling the beans, not entirely, just sideways, about certain D2-esque, D2-like features. So there's gonna be some Diablo 2-like features, and one of them is gonna be a hardcore thing. So maybe there gonna be some changes to the hardcore league, to the permadeath league. I'm not sure what they would be, but that's what was mentioned. Like, I think he was asking something like, do we tell them about the etc etc, and then he mentioned something, what about the hardcore one? So there's something there that you can speculate freely about. I'm gonna leave it to you to speculate what it could be. I'm not a Diablo 2 guru, so I can't know exactly what it was. But my guess is it was probably something to do with permadeath and some rewards maybe after you die. Maybe to get the hero into a pantheon, or maybe something like that. So I normally don't play this beam build, but I decided to play it for a few matches, few maps with the beamer. Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
Your inventory is full. You are overloaded.
Well, okay. Let's give this item the D. I'm liking that you can give items the D for destroy. You don't like this item? Give it the D. Now, the next map would be Goblin Frontier. Or, no, wait. Did I do 2 Goblin Frontiers on this dude? Or was it just one? I think I only did 1 Goblin Frontier map. So yeah, 1 more Goblin Frontier and then hive it. But first, pet, go sell. And while the pet is selling,
Your cat has returned.
okay, managed to salvage some of the things before he sold them. And now this item needs to be sacrificed to RNGesus this time around. It's his turn. So we did 1 hive it, no, we did 1 goblin. And now we're gonna do another goblin map. And then after that a hive it map. And I'm gonna go back to my spear build. Where's my spear? And where's my damnation? But yeah, this walls and crafting is something interesting. I've been waiting for a more invested system that is not too complicated, and I think they delivered from what they've shown us. There's also gonna be unique modifiers, unique regions that would allow you to add the Wrath of Sari cell and more modifiers, such as the rage based on kill. And I'm speaking about Wilson at the moment, I'm not speaking about Torchlight Frontiers. So yeah, the modifiers that you get from the Wrath of Sari cell untainted enemies, you would be able to get regions that would allow you to add such modifiers to items. And then there's gonna be also more on top of that, so more new modifiers that we've not seen. We've also seen some new images of how some items would look. And the best thing, stackable gems. Amazing to be able to stack your gems and regions in Wilson. Something every game that's not stacking consumables and things like that needs to do. And since they're gonna be fixed, that's why we can stack them. Because they change the way the gems behave. They're always gonna have fixed stats. And depending on their tier, we're gonna be getting different values of the bonuses. Let's see. Boom. Come on. Come on, Skelly Man. There we go, Skelly Man. They're slow. Oh, and this is a lonely Skelly Man archer. Let's try and pierce them both. There we go. One shot to Skelly Man. and this time it didn't work because he was still dancing. This skeleton says, "Look ma, I'm dancing," and then he dies for the second time. Oh, let me get that shrine. This is one of my favorite sounds. The gargoyle taking damage. Okay, I should not have... I should have let him take damage. Come on, gargoyle, take damage. It sounds the best when I'm shooting it with something fast. With something like my forge, for example, on rapid fire, or with my realm master. Oh, I'm missing something from my build. No wonder it's been like this. I was missing my what's its name, venomous maw. Keep forgetting the name of this skill. It's been months. Yeah, let's keep moving. Not a big fan of this map. It just takes so long to get a little bit of skeletons to spawn. The time spent per enemy is killed on this map is too high. I know it's cool. At first it's cool to see those enemies popping up from the ground, but it's the same as the old goat, voting animation. It's fun when you look at it once or twice or thrice, but eventually it gets boring and it gets too repetitive and it gets kind of too much. This whole the enemies need 4 or 5 seconds before you can attack them. This time it was like 2.5, maybe 3 seconds. Let's count it for the next time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So 2.5 seconds roughly before I can attack them. So similar to the old goat voting animation where the goat would start spinning around you like a tornado before it comes to you, as opposed to this one where it just directly comes to you. It seems cool at first, but then it gets a bit of a too much when it's happening every second meter, because you keep killing the enemies. Alright, this one was a beefcake. Let's get 4. Oh, one of them survived. 2 of them survived because the other one was dancing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, shit, come on. See, takes a while before you can hit them. I think this is a fun animation for bosses and elites, but for every second enemy in the map, I'd much rather have it like those. Look at those are already spawned. So I reach them, I shoot my attacks, and there we go, they're dead shortly afterwards. Instead of having to stop, wait for them, attack, then go. For the gargoyles it also is nice to have them, because they're not that often. So for them to have such an animation where they need to land and transition from a statue to a living gargoyle, then yeah, it does make nice sense for that. Okay, let's get the boss. Oh, my pet is fleeing. The worst possible time. Alright, pet. Let's give you some stuff to sell. How am I gonna pick up this? This one. Oh, actually, I saved my pet. It was supposed to get fleeing, but I healed it in the last moment. This is nice. So, for the Temtem stress test, there isn't much left. Half an hour, I think. Yeah, half an hour for the final Temtem stress test. So I'm probably gonna stream for that half an hour, then stop it, then start playing Temtem. And when I'm sure that the servers are slightly more stable, I'm gonna start streaming. So maybe in an hour from now, I'm gonna start streaming Temtem. There's still gonna be restarts, so even though I would give it some time, if you decide to watch it, just know that there's gonna be a lot of restarting.
Already?
Yeah, I played it twice in the 2 stress tests. The first one was mostly shit tons of disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect. And in the first one, we broke the servers in such a way that every time I make a move, I would need to exit the game, then relaunch it so that when I come back in, this move would have already played out. In the second one, it wasn't that much of a server issue, but they had issues with certain quests. So they needed to restart the servers a few times to debug them.
I played it too. It was really bad.
It was bad indeed. But it's normal. This is what stress tests are for. And the game is launching, but people shouldn't forget that it's launching as an early access. So don't expect the game when it launches in 2 days to be your perfect game. This is why early access launches might end up misleading people, because they're calling it a game launch, but it's not a game launch, it's just the early access. And someone might hear, oh, the game is launching, yeah, we're gonna have a full game. No, you're not, you're gonna have a early access game. So it's good, it's a good game, but it definitely shouldn't be considered something that's ready. But thankfully those stress tests gave them some data and they were able to improve it. Okay, let's do a Hivit map quickly now. Hivit map, quick check of my gear. So first of all, my crit chance. Do I have max crit chance? I mean crit damage. I don't. Well, I do want some Hivit defenses. And this goblin and fire won't do much for me. And then Hivit. Well, oh, this is that item. I have 2 identical items. I kept them for memes. I'm not sure how this even happened. I think something happened like a glitch and it duplicated one of my item stats on another one. But yeah, one day I saw those being the same and I was like, what the hell is going on? So yeah, I did keep them for memes. Unfortunately, that's not gonna be the case soon. They're not gonna be here anytime soon. But at least, pardon me, at least with the game wiping, Torchlight Frontiers wiping when update 10 hits us, at least I won't have to worry, oh, what am I gonna do with my legacy items? How am I gonna bring them up to date to be as strong as an item with sockets? How am I gonna add sockets to my old items? Because this was one of my biggest concerns, if we would be able to add sockets to legacy items. Well, now we won't have the legacy items in the first place, so at least that's one way of solving issues like that. No more legacy items. And I did have some weird and nice legacy items, like I had those Bloodlust pet tags, which are probably one of the best legacy items there were for pets. Physical damage, crit chance, crit damage and bleeding. That was what it used to always drop. Then they changed it. But it's one of the best pet drops, because you can get over 100 crit damage on the pet and over 20 extra crit chance on the pet, together with some physical damage stacking. Oh no, yeah, actually, yeah, chance to bleed as well, so close to 100% chance to bleed. You could definitely apply poison and bleed if you're using a poison weapon, or fire and bleed, or shock and bleed. But of course your pet needs to stay alive. And open! Ooh, it gave me a comet fragment. And 3 coins to toss to my Witcher. Let's see. Can I do something from... Oh, I can snipe them from here. Likey. This. Oh, that was amazing. That was pure joy. So many with one spear, and all of them returned energy with damnation. This is when damnation shines, when you can group so many enemies at once and then one-shot them and just keep returning that energy. That's why it combines very well with White Spear. With White Spear might be a straight projectile that pierces, but it still has kind of a wide area. It doesn't seem like it has a wide area, but it does. It does have some nice coverage. Yeah. Almost a one shot. Pretty close. Alright, let's keep moving. Oh boy. That was a nice explosion, the way it died. Elites. Let's toss them a spear. I've been saying this a few days ago. Wouldn't it be nice if someone made such advanced physics that if you're using bows or crossbows or anything with an arrow type of projectile against skeletons, to have a chance to miss if you don't hit the bones. If you hit in between the rib cages or somewhere in the holes on the skull, somewhere where an arrow would physically pass through. To make the physics be so advanced that if your arrow hits the air in between the bones of a skeleton, it would not do damage and it would just miss. Something like that. To have physical, what's it called? Fuck, I forgot the word. What was the word in my language? If I remember the word in my language, I'm gonna remember the translation. Collision, yeah, it was collision. So yeah, if you have such advanced collision that an arrow that you're hitting would be able to bounce, to not bounce off, but to pass through holes in between the skeleton's parts. And I'm gonna equip this because it's better for this zone. Yeah, upgrade before the wipe. Didn't think it's possible for me to get an upgrade before the wipe. And this is a solid one for this frontier. Oh, Daddy Bastard. The ODB tribute. Rest in peace, ODB. Wu-Tang Clan. This is pretty high. 59.5 crit damage. Damn. That's a good one. But yeah, whoever made this sword has a good taste in music. And I'm assuming this is an ODB reference. I don't think anyone would name this Old Daddy Bastard if they haven't listened to Wu-Tang or to ODB himself. Most went the wrong way. So this map's almost cleared. Then we're going back to the forged for 3 maps. Probably won't have enough time to go back to the Realm Master after the forged, but we can at least do 1 or 2 maps on the forged after this one. And this one's almost done. Another glitch chest that can be opened. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for this map. Now let's change, but before we change, do I want to send the pet to sell? Well, I'm gonna go to my fort, get the pet to sell, and then change. I'm wondering if Temtem would have saved the progress from the second test for the third, because the first one deleted it, and the second I had to start over. I probably might not even stream this stress test because I'm expecting a lot of breaking on the final day. But yeah, I'm gonna stream for another 15 minutes. And then for Temtem, feel free to talk to me on Discord if you wanna chill or chat or whatever, but I don't think it's worth streaming it because there's gonna be a lot of downtime, a lot of breaking throughout the stress test. Okay, let's do what I said. Let's send the pet to sell. Go on, pet, fly away. Bring me some wood, money, honey,
Has arrived.
maybe. And let's sacrifice this to the Shaolin monks gods of the 36 chambers. And now let's change to this little robot. Is he a bad robot? Let's find out. Oh, someone's got a thick lady rocking the wild armor. I didn't know she was showing that booty with this armor. Now that's a thick leg. Sunny masks for a robot. Who said that? Is it him? Maybe. I'm glad that they're enjoying this. I am as well. Definitely. Alright, what's in my inventory now? What's the story in my inventory? The story is I need to buy potions
You say
first.
optimistic. I say shrewd.
Let's waste this goat.
Thank you for shopping.
So yeah, we can probably do 1 or 2 maps depending. I'm geared up for high vit at the moment, so high vit it is. Skitter, skitter. This one ain't blinking. Oh, a toxic map. Well, this is the hardest it could get for me. Ridiculous toxic map. On tight spaces. With my forged. So maybe I won't have time to complete this fast, and this probably would be my last one for the day. We'll see. Depends how quickly I clear it, but being a toxic map, I'm not gonna rush it, because then I'm gonna be dying a lot. Oh, and then we get those guys that can probably want to shot me. Don't get hit, don't get hit. It's like a bullet hell. Don't get hit, don't get hit. There we go. Oh, there's some more. How did you guys escape? Oh no, 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 don't do this to me. I think I can spam it. No, 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 no. Phew.
Your pet is running away.
Oh, and my pet's gone. Oh, buddy. Thought you had immunity to poison. Oh, something's missing from my build. And it's this thing. Been wondering what's been missing from my setups. Boom. No. No. Look at this slow damage. And the fear is not helping me. I mean, in a way it is, but it really isn't. Now that I got it cornered, it starts helping me. Because he keeps trying to escape towards a place that gets him back. So here I'm kind of trolling it. I keep stacking fear on the enemy and it just can't hit me. It's a real case of the can touch decitus. It's a very contagious disease. The can touch decitus.
Your pet is back.
Nice. Pet's back. I'm gonna have some more movement speed. Wait, why is my pet with crits? I don't want crits. Everything's wrong. There we go. No. 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 Stay back. Filthy insects. Insectoid. No. But yeah, this map's most likely gonna be the one for today. It's just going too slow. But you never know what might drop. Maybe something I've been wanting to get. There are a few things I wanna get before the game wipes, so I can add them in my video. But unfortunately I'm not having any luck when trying to farm them.
That spell cannot be cast.
Pew, 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 pew. Alright. Almost done with this map, halfway. Taking it slow, since it's a toxic map. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. No, 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 no. Move. There we go. Ah, somehow I managed to survive. Oh, damage. Come to Papa damage. Gotta love those damage shrines. Always a good one. No, fuck, why did I do this? Phew, almost died. I charged right into the toxic foes. Thankfully I survived. Because I reacted quickly to bail out before they surround me and put me in between 4 different pools of toxic. Pretty sturdy for a toxic map. Nice, right on time. Little bit of elites to mess around with. Let's stack up all the burning on them. Boom. Instant. Now this is taking forever. Why? Not sure why he's taking so long to get killed. Come on. This is like one of the biggest bullet sponge servers I've seen. Normally those are on the more squishy side of enemies. Okay, getting close to the end of this map. Just a few left here to kill. The boss should be there, and I think it's a glider boss. So I'm gonna have to be extra careful for ranged attacks. Oh no, it's Quack.
2 minutes left
soldier
for the
boss.
stress test.
Yeah, 2 minutes left. It's fine even if I don't join it right away. That's okay. But yeah, I do see it. And the pet ran away. Even though it says immunity to poison, well, it's immunity to the effect of poison, but it still takes damage over time from those toxic pools, and he takes tons of that damage over time from those toxic pools. My pet. Okay, let's get rid of the armor crit. Still. No, 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 no. No. Shit. Almost. Almost. Don't. I knew it. I knew it that he's gonna shoot me as soon as I stop in one place. Yeah, I'm gonna keep swallowing it with this. Eat my nukes. Eat fireballs. They may not be balls of steel, but they are fiery. Okay. Oh, more elites. Wow, this map doesn't stop surprising me. No, 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 no.
Your pet is running away.
Wow, my pet just arrived and it's already running away. This is a toxic map on ridiculous. All the damage on me, on my pet, everywhere. Stop, archers, stop. Fucking archers. I'm gonna get my revenge. No, don't no.
That spell can be cast.
There we go. Well, there's just a bit left now. I think a few more enemies and we're done. So tomorrow most likely will be some bit of woes and maybe with something else. But yeah, I want to experiment with certain things in woes and tomorrow. For now, I will stop this stream. Thanks everyone for watching, keep it cool, and until next time. And yeah, I decided not to stream the Temtem stress test because it's just gonna be a lot of me disconnecting. There's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of disconnects, reconnects, restarts, so I probably could get some playtime, but it's not gonna be worth of just watching the stream because there's gonna be a lot of downtime. So keep it cool again, and until next time, goodbye.
Peace, dude. Take care. Struck 6 love. Bye. Tie for stream very nice struck 6 love.